Hello and welcome to the third lesson in the creation of our stock inventory management system. And in this lesson, we're going to deal with addition of some few basic sheets we will need in our system, as well as some few copy and pasting of formulas, and finally we paste our codes and we get everything up and running as far as our inventory form and the product master form are concerned. So that is what we shall be doing here. So make sure you name everything the way I'm going to be naming it. So let's dive right into it. It's already open, so I just have to continue from here. For now, we have sheet 1, leave it like that. Then the product master, we create another sheet here. So we're going to call it sale pages. So name it the way it is, sale underscore pages, right? And then the next one, you can give it any color of your choice. We're going to call it sale pages display. So it's a sale underscore then pages, then underscore again, then display. Then the next one, we shall call it inventory. Make sure you name it well, please, else the quotes wouldn't work. The next one, we're going to call it inventory display. So inventory then underscore then display, inventory display. And the final one, we shall call it report, right? So say report. Now, after naming all these sheets like this, let's confirm something here. You just have to make sure that for our codes to work, we just have to make sure that our sheet 1 remains sheet 1, sheet 2 is the product master, sheet 3 is the sale pages, and then sheet 4 is the sale pages display, sure. And then sheet 5 should be inventory, sheet 6 should be what, inventory display, and then sheet 7 should be what, report. So it should match like that, else it's going to be a problem if you fail to do or to match what is happening. If you create them the way I've created mine, it will work without any issue. So now let's proceed and do some of the things we need to do on the various sheets we have created. Now let's start with the product master here. With the product master, we need the following, right? We need the serial number here. So here we call it S/N, and the next one we call on the product, so go to product heading. And the next one we call on the sale price, right? Sale price. And the next one we call on the purchase price. So that would be for that purchase price. So we're good to go with that. Now, so we have up to D. So we can just select them like this. You can just come to Home tab, bold them, change the font style to Times New Roman. You can grow them a bit, so you can just select it this way up to there. Okay, now let me just do this. Good, have this. Good, you have this. Double click and then have them open like that up to D. So you can just select them like this and then open them up a bit here. Good, so you can decrease that of the serial number since it shouldn't be all that big, very small. Good. Now we have this up and running here, so we can equally decrease this one as well. It's not any big deal. Now we move on to the sale pages here. With the sale pages too, we're going to have the following heading as well. Serial number, so we say S/N. Then we have the product. Then we have the type. Then we have the quantity, so QTY for short. Then we have the price. Then we have the amounts. Then we have the profits. Then we have the date. Good. So we have that up and running as well. So you can select it like this and open them up a bit. So you can just and then close this one a bit. So the rest looks okay. Even with the date, you can just decrease this a bit. This shouldn't be anything bigger. I think this looks okay. The price and everything here should be very smaller. Going to contain some numbers here, so not anything big. So the product type and then the amount should also be smaller here. product type, sorry, profit is also a number, should be smaller. This is okay, right? So you can just select this and then can make them grow a bit, so I would say. So Times New Roman, so you can center them now, so you can give them any color of your choice as if you want to. So that as well is also now you come to sell pictures display. With this one, we're not going to label anything here. Now let's move on to inventory. With the inventory as well, you're going to need some things like product, purchase, sale, and then available stock and then stock value. So that is the inventory. Make sure inventory is selected. Then we come forward. We have the products. Then we have the purchase. Sorry, purchase. Then we have the sale. Then we have the available stock. Available stock. Then we have the stocks value. Good. So you can just grow this a bit as well. Available stocks. Good. Perfectly. Good. So you can just select them like this. Open them up a bit like this. You can then close this one a bit so people this is okay. This as well, and this up to E. Good. So we select this now. Font should be Times New Roman. You want to center it, you want to grow it a bit, bold it, and then grow it a bit. This looks okay. I think this is okay. Then move to inventory display. With the inventory display, we're not going to label anything. Now we move on to report. With the report, this is where we're going to paste some formulas here. We'll be hiding this particular sheet because it holds sensitive information. With it, you can give them color, any colors of your choice, right? So you can do that. You know how to give tab color. This shouldn't be a problem. So we have this and then call this start dates. Then we call this end dates. Then we jump this and come to this for. Then we call it a purchase. We call this a sale. We call this a profit. And we call this inventory, QTY for short, inventory quantity, and inventory into bracket AMT for short amount and bracket close. That's that. Cool. We should have this open now. In here we should put some default date, which is today's date, right? So just put the day you are doing this, that same day's date. That's okay. So I'm going to put let's say 3rd, that is the 20th, then dash 3-2021. Good. This looks okay. So I want the same thing, both start and end date to be the same. So just drag this to have this as well. So we're going to paste some formulas here, right? So control C. So you can just minimize this and then this and that. So let's go to inventory training. So we have inventory formulas here. Good. So we have this. So you can make it bigger now so that you can see everything gani without any problem. Okay, so let's copy this and then select it. Let's select this one, then Control C to copy it, and then you can minimize this. Now this is going to be for pages, so you can then go to our Excel. So inside here, then type equal to, then Control V to paste, then press enter. We move on to the next formula, which is for sale. This one. Then we select it very well, Control C to copy, and equal to, don't forget, Control V to paste, then enter. So we come to profits, then Control C to copy, then equal to, then Control V to paste, and enter. Then we come to inventory quantity, Control C to copy, come into this, then control V, sorry, then equal to, then control V to paste, then you press enter. Don't forget of the equal sign, is very important. And finally we have control C to copy the inventory amounts. We can minimize this now, then equal to, and control V to paste, then press enter. Then we are done with that. Control, I think everything should be done, right? Because we have zeros now, because nothing has been added into our system for now, so we can then go ahead. So let's minimize this for now. So now we'll be coming back to this formula, so we can close this. So we are done with that. Now let's go back to our form. We need to do some few properties here, so let's hide this. You can see something. Let's just confirm. When we run this now, you should see that what's the name, it's showing. We don't want it to show here, right? So we can just close this and then make sure it's selected. You come to visible and set it to false. Now what is going to happen is the one by default, the moment we just launch the form, this show transaction should show all the transaction, not either purchase or sale, or it should display both purchase and sale at a go, all transactions. So to do that, we select this, come to the properties here and set it to what, value to what, true. So just type by default true. So that is that. The moment we run it by it should be selected by default like that. So that is that. And then the next thing we're going to do is to go to the product master and then hide this as well. So select it, and we come to the, what's the name, visible, right? So we set it to false as well. So good. So I think we are okay. Now when we run it, it should be hidden. You can't be seeing it again. So that's good. This one too. You run it, you can see that again. So you can then close it and then close that. Now time for us to paste our formulas. With what we have done, if everything works perfectly for us, if you're able to follow the same thing after pasting these codes, there shouldn't be any problem. So let's see how that goes for us. We're going to start with the main form, right? So let's minimize this. Now look for this particular file. I'll be leaving them for you. So double click to open it. Inventory main form. Inventory main form. That is the master form, right? Not the product master. The main form, the first form that we created. These are the form, the codes for that. Control A to copy, and then control A to select all, and then control C to copy. You can then minimize this. Then we launch this now. So let's make sure this is selected, this one. And then we go to the source code, so delete this one here, and control V to paste this. So we just run through it and make sure that everything is pasted accordingly. Good. This is kind of good. There's no problem here. So we are done with that as well. Control S. You can equally click on this to save. So we are done with this. You can close this and then close that. Now the next thing is we want to check on the second one. So you can close this. So the second one, we have the product master codes. So this is it, the last one, product master. So you can just control A to select, control C to copy on the keyboard. You can minimize this and minimize it. You can even close this for now. Good luck. I say good luck because after all this and then it runs with errors, it means you didn't follow the tutorials very well. You just have to figure that out. So or you draw our attention, see how we can fix that for you. So source code, then we clear this, then control V to paste, and we are done with this. So we can just click on that as well. So now let's try running our forms and see now. So we're going to run the main form, so make sure it's selected, then we run it like this. When we run it, the moment we click on this, the product should also pop up. So it means everything is working perfectly. Now let's go ahead and then close this. So we have our form up and running. So let's close this for now. Let's check something here. Right, if we want this to open so that everything can work perfectly for us here. So you can see where we didn't even label, we can see a lot of things happening there. By default, the codes are working. So let's figure that out. Now let's go ahead and then trigger our form and try running things and make sure that all our codes are working. And then we need this one first, right? So let's run it. So we have it open. So you can see the date is selected. You trigger this calendar, you should be able to choose dates and all that. Select this, you should be able to do whatever and then all that. So by default, that is that. So now the next thing we're going to do is, you can see for now everything is here is 00 because we haven't added anything. To add something to our product master sheets, trigger this. So now let's go ahead and then we need to type something here. I went and disabled it, so let's go back and check on that. let me make sure that I haven't done that to this one. Good. I have disabled these ones as well. Oh, okay. We just have to enable them, right? So let's close that and go back and do that. So let's go to the source code. Select this, and then press Control on the keyboard. Control, select, and select. Look for enable. Then we set it back to what? True. Enable. This. Set it back to true. Good. So the form we should be able to edit it now. We do that. Good. We should be able to type something inside. Good. It's working. Now let's go to the main form as well. Then select this. So with these ones, and even select this as well. Okay, no. This. Let me deselect this. Select this and that. You go to enable. Set it to true. Good. This one as well. Enable is already true. Good. So let's trigger our form once again. So now we can edit everything here, right? So we can type in something here. Type in another thing here as well. Can add, we can update, can trigger our calendar here as well. Can do everything here as well. You can refresh, see everything refreshing here as well. See everything refreshing. You want to export to Excel, we don't have any data. You can see the one new Excel sheet. We don't need it, so we don't save it. So if you want to export whatever here too, the same thing is happening. I'm just doing this for you to see that all the codes we've pasted there, everything is working. Now let's go ahead and do some addition of whatever. So to do that, we're going to add something to our product master, right? So let's trigger this. So let's add like the laptop. Our purchase price is maybe something like maybe 2,000. We want to sell it at maybe 2,200, right? 2,200. So we add, see that everything is working perfectly for us without any issue. So let's add another product. Let's say keyboard. Purchase price is maybe 100 cedis. Sale price is maybe 150. So we add. Why don't we check on our export? It's working. So everything is working perfectly. So cool. We don't need it. So we just save it as well. So why don't we check on our update? So we just double click on this. Let's assume we bought it at 2,500. We decided to enter so by mistake. So we want to change it to 2,500. And then we want to sell it at what? 2,700. We are checking on the update function, right? So click on update. It's working. So it's updated. You follow this very well, get everything up and running without any stress. So you have to make sure that you follow this. Everybody should be able to do this. This shouldn't be a problem. We try as much as possible to make everything very easy for us. So basically that is that. Now when we close this, we should have this display here. For now it's 00 because we haven't entered into our transaction history here. So let's select the product, select it, select the laptop, the quantity we bought. How many laptops do you buy? Maybe 20 pieces. And then the transaction is purchase. So we add this. It's added now in transaction. That is for purchase. Now we go back for the next one, which is what? The keyboard. How many pieces do you buy? Maybe 40 keyboard pieces of keyboard. Transaction is also purchase. So the one is what? 100. So we add. Let's check on our updates in here and see is it working. Maybe we want to update this to maybe we want to change the sale price to let's see something here. Maybe we want to change the quantity. Okay, let's do with the quantity. Yeah, the quantity is kind of good. Let's say we bought 30 laptops, so we want to check on that. So 30. So we click on update. It's working perfectly without any issue. So everything is up and running. Let's try exporting this. It's working. So without any issue, we can just we don't need it. If you want it, you can do that. So you can see that based on the availability, so this one seems to be limited, so it's at the top and all that. So let's try searching. So it's a laptop. Then when we just type LA, just click on refresh, so you should see this as well. So refresh again. So we are done with that. So when we refresh, everything should come back. Keyboard, the moment you just type K, even K alone is okay too. show all items with K and all that. So that is that. So everything is working perfectly. If we should add something here, if we should add another product and it's not available, it should be at the top. Let's check on that. Let's add mouse. Now purchase price is what, maybe 50 cedis, right? We want to set it at 80 cedis. So let's add it. Good, it's at the top because it's limited. So if it's 1 or maybe 20, it should be at the top because it's limited. So basically that is that. So let's check on our sales. Save successfully. It means everything is working perfectly without any issue. Follow the steps, follow the instructions very well, and you wouldn't even prompt me for any assistance. Trust me, if you follow this very well, take your time. That's the way I did it. Name everything in order the way I've named them. If you just copy and paste the code, you should have everything up and running. Now let's check on our sheet. Now let's save it once again. So very good. You can see that our pages has been updated, our inventory has been updated. 30, 40, we have 70 inventory quantity, the inventory amount updated. Now let's try selling something. So for the day, let's say laptop. How many pieces of laptop did we sell? Maybe we sold maybe 5 transactions. Say the moment we add this, we should see this changing and then this updating as well. See on the sale of 4 laptops or whatever, how many? 5 laptops. We have profit of 1,000 Ghana cedis, and then this is what we've sold in total. So this and that. Let's try selling another thing, that is keyboard. So choose this. It's a keyboard. How many pieces? Maybe 10 keyboards. Transaction type is what? Sale. So let's add that. And just add it. Everything is working perfectly. Now let's sort this by what? Purchase and sale. We want to see only purchase transaction. So this shows only purchase transaction. Only sale, and we have the sale all, and we have all popping up. The extracts, then it should work. So without any issue, everything is working perfectly. So you can save it. Okay. So what have we tested here? Is it the calendar? You can choose the date window of your choice. Everything is working without any issue. So basically, I think that is that. And then in this tutorial here in our next lesson, we'll go with the home page. Then we proceed and look at whether we can create some search bars here as you saw in the demo videos and all that. So till then, I say thank you very much for watching and bye for now.